Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, hi, my name is M and we are back again with another interesting video. So a lot of the time when you're going to buy, you're going to do shopping for your baby, especially when you're a new mom, you are normally so confused. And I know what comes in your mind, that probably the person in the baby shop should know what I need. I mean, he's interacted with so many people who are just about to get babies. They should know what I need. You will get to that baby shop and that person will absolutely not know what you need, or maybe will give you things that you don't really need, and you'll waste so much money on so many things that you don't need. So I am here to show you exactly what you need for your baby, so that you may not waste too much money, or you may not undershop and then eventually you're like, oh my god, I think I need this, I need that. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this video. Please, I'll start with toiletries. I have arranged everything on my changing table. So I'll start with toiletries because I feel like it is very easy for you to assume toiletries, because everything that goes into your mind when you're about to get a baby is, I can't wait to shop for clothes for my baby. But then toiletries are just as important and maybe just as expensive as the clothes. So they are also an important thing to consider as you're considering your shopping list for your baby. So I will start with the first thing, which is soap. In my case, I was using Johnson's top to toe wash. I started washing my baby from the first day after we got out of the hospital. The next day I washed my baby. That was because I felt like, I don't know, I was just being a new mom. I was excited. I didn't want my baby to smell, so I just decided to wash the baby. Later on, I came to realize people actually wash their babies after a month or 2 weeks. It's your choice. Do you, boo. Whatever you feel comfortable with, do you. But then this was a very good soap for a zero, as in a baby who's just landed on this world. You understand, like 0 to 3 months old baby. This was a very good, it came in handy. Let me tell you why. The moment you apply this soap on the baby, and once they're out of the belly, they still have a lot of, I don't know, they have a lot of dirt from your belly, as in not from the outside world, but from your belly. They have things that have stuck on them. I don't know, blood and so many other things. So this is very nice with melting some of that dirt. So I will just apply, and you don't really have to scrub the baby for them to be clean. Even those two, when they're starting to peel, it's very nice when you want to melt all that away, because you'll just apply on them, and when you rinse them off, it gets out with all that dirt. Like everything melts away as the soap is melting. And of course, now that it is a top to toe wash, it doesn't irritate their eyes. If in case it lands on the eyes, obviously you do not want to get that risk, but it does not irritate their eyes, which is a good thing. And then it is mild on the skin, and yeah, all that good stuff. This I would totally recommend if you have just had your newborn. This soap goes for 700, from I think either 650 or 750, one of the two, but most likely 750 shillings. But it lasts long, because this one I got it about 2 months ago, and it is still, I still have some more to go. This can last me even 2 weeks. So yeah, I think it's a good purchase. The next thing that I will go to is the oils. And in my case, I've used all this. So let me start one by one. Shea butter. Shea butter is like one of the most important oils you should get if you're getting a newborn baby. This is because it really helps with sensitivity of the skin. Like if your baby has burns a lot, and rashes and all those things, eczema, name it, it will really help with all that. So it was one of those things that I have never seen anyone recommend, but when I happened to have it because I was using it for my own personal things. But then when I got the baby, and then the baby had some irritation, I said, why don't I just apply this and see what happens? It is magical. You need to get yourself some shea butter if you want to solve all those skin sensitivity related problems. So yeah, shea butter, highly recommend. It goes for 600 shillings in chemists, and yeah, in chemists. I got mine from a chemist just so that I am sure it's authentic. And then Vaseline, obviously. I was using Carson's Baby in the beginning, but then I switched to Vaseline because Vaseline is like a top to toe petroleum jelly. Like you can apply it from their head all the way, especially if again they have a sensitive skin and you want to cover it, you want to prevent that their skin, you want to prevent their act as a protective layer to prevent your baby, or to prevent ammonia or urine from touching your baby's skin, which causes nappy rashes. So Vaseline is a very good option, especially if you do not have enough money to buy shea butter, although shea butter will do all that wonders. If you are changing the baby and you apply shea butter on them, they will not get nappy rashes, and it will also heal nappy rashes if they already have nappy rashes. Vaseline is good to prevent nappy rashes, of course. Carson's Baby is very nice if you want your baby to smell like a baby. You know, as in it's nice for the rest of the body, but I wouldn't recommend it for changing because your baby will get nappy rashes. It is not that protective, but it's nice because it's light on the skin. It's not as heavy as Vaseline, but obviously you don't need both of them, so you can just get Vaseline because it does all the magic. Castor oil. So zinc and castor, I bought zinc and castor because of the same reason. It ensures dryness of the skin. So you see these irritations that get to the baby's neck, armpits and all that because of sweating. This will really do you the, like it will really solve your that kind of problem. So you just apply a little bit on their folds, especially because they burn a lot. A long time ago people used to apply powder, but now this replaces powder, if you understand now. I think at that point now you can understand. So zinc and castor oil, I really do not know how much this costs, but I know it's a good, but it's not very essential. But when you go to the baby shop, it's the first thing they'll recommend to you, but I will tell you for a fact it's not very essential, especially if you have shea butter. The two oils that you really need is shea butter and Vaseline, period. But then you can add this for the neck just to reduce irritation. Next thing you need is baby wipes, obviously, to change your baby. It is so much easier to use wipes than to keep boiling water every time you want to change your baby. So I use baby wipes that I've used them from the first day that I got my baby. The next thing that I need is obviously diapers. I don't think I need to show you diapers. Diapers is the next thing that you need. Something I need to say about diapers: when you're having a newborn baby, if they're not premature, get diaper number 2, don't get number 1, because number 1 is going to be so small that every time they pass stool, it's going to pass that diaper and you will be so frustrated. So get diaper number 2, and I will highly recommend Huggies Gold when you're just a newborn, when the baby is still a newborn, because it's really nice. You need is the baby care kit, which I decided to remove them inside so that I may show you everything. So this is my kit. So this is my kit. I've removed it from the box. So this is the kit. It has a brush, a comb, a thermometer, a nail cutter, nasal aspirator, scissors, I don't know what this is, a file, and I also do not know what this is. I think this is for giving them medicine. So in this kit, in case you're not able to afford the whole baby care kit, because it goes for 2,000 shillings, I know that can be a bit costly for some people. In case you're not able to afford the whole kit, I think the things that you need to buy, despite not having the whole kit, is a scissors, which will be very essential when you want to cut their hair, especially when the first hair gets a bit hard and it's hard to work with. You just want to trim that off. Also, you need a nail cutter, very essential, as in if there is anything else, if you want to assume everything else, at least make sure you have a nail cutter for your baby. Also, you need a comb and a brush. This brush is very good with removing that skin from their scalp. But then the Johnson's body wash that I showed you, the first item that I showed you, is also very nice with melting away that skin. So you need a brush, and then I think that's it. The most essential things in this baby care kit is the scissors, the nail cutter, the comb, and the brush. And those ones you can get separately. You don't need to get the whole kit. Something that I never knew I needed, or rather it wasn't in the back of my mind, but eventually I realized I really needed this, was a Macintosh. So we got this Macintosh from a baby shop. I will write the prices to all these things down below so that you may have a rough idea of how much you need. So a Macintosh, please do not miss to buy a Macintosh. Very essential if you want also to let your baby just breathe and play around without that fear of, oh, he'll urinate on my bed. And then a towel. This is also something that I had forgotten to buy, and then I used shawls for such a long time, but then you also need a towel. So now that I'm done with the toiletries, I want to jump into the clothes, and all the clothes that you need, I have put them in this bag, and maybe I need to begin with the bag itself. So you also need a hospital bag. This one was going for $14.50. Highly recommend, because it has, let me show you the other one. I would highly recommend this one. Reason being, you have many others inside. We have this one, which is the one that I go with for clinic and any other activities outside the house when I'm carrying the baby, because it's small enough to fit my two little things without necessarily feeling like I'm carrying the whole house with me. So you have small ones inside. You even have a bag that can carry the bottle, a bag that can carry your money, a bag that can, so you have very many inside, about 6 inside, and they go for $14.50, $1,450 for all of them. And then now inside my bag, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, they have partitioned the bag into small other bags, which are very important. So yeah, anyway, so let's jump into the clothes. So for the clothes, the ones that you really need are, you need the vest. I'm going to do another video on places to get your baby items on my next video, like cheap places and affordable places to get your baby items in Nairobi. I will do that video as my next video. So please, if you're expecting a baby, or you're planning to have a baby, or you like this kind of content, please subscribe so that you may not miss that video. But anyway, so inside my bag I have a vest. You really need vests. Okay, maybe I need to mention this. My baby is a boy, so most of what I'm going to be saying is, I don't know, maybe I may be a bit biased towards the gender of the boys, but I think they both share the same things, apart from dresses, I mean. So the first thing that you really need when you're buying your attires is the vest, because this is what you will be putting underneath the clothes, because this really absorbs sweat and also prevents the baby from feeling cold. Like, it acts like a lining between the cloth that the baby is wearing on top and the skin, so that you can regulate your temperatures easily. So a vest, I got mine from Kamkunji. I got my vests from Kamkunji. I bought a whole packet of, I think, 24 vests for about 500 shillings. So very affordable. I'll do a video on places you can get some of these things at a good price on my next video, so please subscribe. The next thing is onesies. I would advise that you get all your clothes have long sleeves, so that the baby may not feel cold, or they don't have too much skin that is exposed. So onesies are very important, because when they're wearing trousers, you do not want their bellies to stick out. So you want something that can go all the way underneath the trouser, so that their belly does not stick out, which when the belly is outside the clothes, definitely you expect a lot of cold to get into the baby's skin through that part. So to avoid unnecessary exposures, then you need to get yourself onesies. Highly recommend. I don't know how much this were going for. I do not know how much they were. Oh yeah, they were going for, I think, 300 per piece. Quite expensive, but they're very important when the baby is still very little. You need capes, and then to kofia, because yeah, obviously you need to protect the baby from cold. I mean, you also need trousers. In this case, I got this very light, I can't see any trouser, but you know what trousers look like. You need trousers, you need coats or sweaters or anything that can cover up the baby after you've already put this on top. Then you need to cover up so that you may prevent cold from getting to them. So I bought very light fabrics for the first days, just because their navel is still a bit sensitive and I don't want to hurt them. So I didn't buy very tight clothes for the first days, but then later on you need other clothes for later on. I also think you you obviously need socks, and then you also need mittens. Let me show you what mittens look like, because I get a lot of people asking, what are mittens? Like, what are these ones? These are the two mittens you put on their hands, also to prevent them from being cold, which I don't know. Out of all these things, like, that is actually all you need. Just go to the shop, ask for vests, onesies, and then trousers and something that can cover them up, and then capes. Capes were like the most expensive things, because they were going for, I think, 200 a piece, and my baby ended up not wearing any either way, because I don't know, he used to remove them and then his head would not fit any cape. So later on, after some time, I discovered rompers. Rompers are like the best thing on earth. This whatever clothes that, you know, I hope you can see. So rompers are like the best things on earth, or rather, me, felt like it's very easy to dress a baby up in a romper, because it's like I just need a vest inside and then a warm romper like this one, and then nothing else goes on top of the baby or underneath the baby. Very easy. But then on the first days, obviously, I think I have covered everything in terms of what you really need in the beginning. Like, I'm actually mostly talking about from 0 to 6 months. Obviously, at 6 months now, you have to introduce other things, because now they're eating, now you get. But from 0 to 6 months, those are all the baby essentials things that you need. So yeah, the thing that I bought later on was the romper. Yeah, I think I am done. Oh yes, I think I am done. You could also add this, which, oh, I know something else. You need a pacifier in case you want to sleep at night, or in case you want to at least try to distract your baby when you are not really ready to breastfeed them, which my baby ended up not accepting to use the pacifier because I introduced it, I guess, too early. I do not understand how he got to understand what the pacifier was. So these are some of the things that you really need for your baby between 0 to 6 months. Like, I think I've exhausted everything. Maybe something that I am forgetting. You need receiving blankets, which I got the normal receiving blankets that you use. This you will use underneath your shawl when your baby is still very small. So you need receiving blankets, and you also need lots and lots of shawls between 0 to 6 months, obviously. So I think that's all. I think that is actually everything. I really hope this video was important to someone. I really hope I helped someone. I'm going to be doing what you need in the hospital for yourself and for your baby, because I haven't mentioned anything that the mother also needs. between 0 and 6 months period. So I'll be doing another video on what you need as the mother, and also what your baby needs out of the hospital. I don't know if you understand. So I'll be doing another video more of this. If you like this kind of videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, just to encourage me to do more of this. So without further ado, guys, I love you guys for watching this video till the end. I hope it was useful. Send to any of your friends who is about to deliver. Tag a mom. And yeah, I think that's it. So, and let's meet next week, same time, same day, on Friday. So yeah, bye guys.
Like the moon in the sky, girl, you light up my life.